They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen brought to you by Woods Equipment Company. Has every tool you need to make working the land as rewarding as hunting it. L81 Bottling Company. Taste, love, and share the tradition. Kentucky Sheep and Goat Development Office. Try something different tonight. Housewarmings, the outdoor living and fireplace experts.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. I'm Tim Farmer and I'm in my kitchen and we're going to cook and we're going to have some people over to cook. You know what? One of the things that I say in the first part of the show in my silly theme song, which is kind of serious, try some grub you've never tried before. Now, let me tell you something. I have been recently trying some stuff, and one of my favorite things in the world is goat. Here's Denise to show you a goat roast, and it is truly delicious. Denise Martin is back.
Nice to see you again.
With Shanks.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, thank you for being here because you know what this means? I get to eat.
Yeah, and you like goat.
I like goat.
Yeah.
Now, you got some Shanks here, which
I do.
is a very nice cut of meat, and there's so many things you can do with that, but Denise tonight is going to...
I'm going to roast this. Actually, it's a braise. I use a lot of liquid in this because, you know, shank of any species is, there's a lot of connective tissue. It's a little tough sucker, so you got to cook this low and slow. So I like crock pots or I like 325 in the oven for 2.5 hours.
Low and slow.
Low and slow.
All right, tell us what you do to this critter.
Well, first it's really simple. There's this French herb called herbes de Provence, and we're going to be kind of generous. My grandmother taught me never to measure nothing. And then we're just going to do some salt in that. Okay. We're going to do some pepper in that.
Like where you going?
And because goat is such a low fat, I'm going to do a little more of this. Such a low fat meat, I use olive oil and make a mash kind of, all right?
Almost a little pesto thing going on?
Yeah, but with this French herb.
Oh, that smells good.
Doesn't that smell delish? And then I'm going to mix that around, and then I'm going to coat this really simply, just like that. Roll her over.
I like where you're going. Now, we've talked about it before. If you've watched our show, you've seen Denise, and we've talked about goat.
Yeah.
Mild. Low fat.
Low fat.
Healthy.
Healthy. Delicious.
Please, please, please
just try it. All you gotta do is try it.
If you don't like it, you can call me dirty names. But I really think that, part of the show is to encourage people to step outside their comfortable boundaries.
Yes.
Why would you want to live in one place and never see what's
or try
in the next
anything
county
different.
or the next state or the next country?
I don't get it.
Try it.
Just try it.
Now, where do we go from here?
Now we're going to heat a skillet. We're going to heat some olive oil in a skillet. We're going to brown this, and after the browning phase, we're going to
seal that flavor in there.
Seal that flavor. And now see this getting kind of a good brown on here? Yeah, so this is the shank. This is like this part. So it's got a lot of collagen in there. When you cook this nice and slow, it's going to get a real creamy texture to it. It's just going to melt in your mouth. It's delicious. what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this over here and let those rest for just a moment. Now I'm going to deglaze this pan. And I'm going to use that fruit semi-sweet wine. This one happens to be mango. And then I'm going to add this beef broth to it. And this is an unsalted product because, you know, we put a lot of sodium in our body and we really need to, you know, try to be prepared to cut that back on that just a little bit. Now, we're going to let this come to a boil. Now, this is a braise, so we definitely want some fluid, you know, we need to have some liquid when we cook this. That's no doubt. We're just gonna pour all of this liquid right on top of these shanks.
Oh, man, the smell
is it good?
Is a mite bit heavenly.
Oh, good. I'm really glad. A lot of times I use foil because I can really tighten that foil down because I don't want any steam escaping. Because I really want the fluid to stay in there. And we've set the oven at 325 and we plan on cooking this for 2 hours. Or you can use the crock pot. Okay, so now we have our finished product.
Through the magic of television.
Through the magic
now, let's
of
just be real here. You prepared this to show people how to do it, but we had this one cooking and ready to go.
Yes,
and
we
there
did.
it is. It's so very warm.
And then what I do next is this should just come apart, just like that.
Now, we talked about some potential sides for this, and I can imagine some new potatoes, and you were talking
Carrots would be good.
Sweet carrots with some
sweet potatoes would be good with this.
Oh, man.
Because you know the sweet, you know the mango wine that we used in here, the light sweet white wine, semi-sweet. Okay, so then I just take it off the bone, and there is a bone, if you can see. You can kind of tell that there's a bit.
a saucer, because I can't stand looking at this anymore without grabbing a bite.
There we go. Check that out and see if it's any good.
It's nice.
Now, you know, you could totally have put the small white, those little potatoes in here, and the carrots and the onions, and cooked it all in one pot. What do you think?
Oh, my Sunday.
Huh?
This is a Sunday.
This is a Sunday meal. Yeah, it's a long, slow deal. And I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. I'm really glad you like it. It's very different. I mean, you combine the lavender that's in that herbs de Provence with this white wine deglaze, and then it's just, I don't know, it's just delish.
If you're a meat lover and you like Mama's Sunday roast,
there you go.
and you want to try something different, please try something different. Step outside your comfort zone.
That's right.
You
Lower
might just
fat,
find yourself a new favorite right here.
lower saturated fat.
That's magic.
Thank you.
That is really, really, really tasty.
Thank you. And remember, I treat this, it's basically like cooking a chuck roast.
It is, and it reminds me of Mama's Sunday meal. This is fantastic.
And then again, as mentioned, it's low in saturated fat. It is lower in cholesterol. It is higher than iron than pork, chicken, beef, and lamb. So if you got anybody with a heart condition in your family, goat is really something you should consider. And you can do so many things with it. You can grill it, you can roast it, you can braise it, you can saute it.
Now let me tell you something. You see me on camera, and every time you see me say, oh, that's really good. Well, let me tell you something. There are times, and you'll never see it because I won't make the show when there's some stuff that we try that we won't send out there. If you're seeing it on the show, I think I have a pretty discerning palate. Let me tell you what. Please try it.
And
I could eat every bit of
very
it.
locally sourced.
Know where it's coming from?
Know where it's coming from.
Again, www.
www.martinmeadowfarms.net.
Yummy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you.
I mean, every bit of. Now, I like to cook on the big green egg, and so does Jason. Now, tonight, you think about all the things you can possibly cook on this thing, and one of my favorite things to eat when I'm really hungry and want to slap together something quick, it's a hamburger, but it's not a hamburger. Check this out. All right, we have Jason Braumeyer back, big green egg dude, or expert, you might call it. You know what? Last time we fixed wings, They were delicious. Now, next time, another thing most people can relate to, kids love this as well, is Sloppy Joes.
Sloppy Joes, or I call them Smoky Joes. Most people, when they make Sloppy Joes, they brown their beef in a pan. We're gonna smoke it and then put it in the pan. So
hey,
we got the eggs set up here. We got the plate setter in. We're already nice and smoky, set in the grid, and we're gonna use this. It's a grilling grid, and it's for smaller things like vegetables, smaller seafood, anything that you don't want to get wedged into the grid or lose through there. So you just set that in there, get yourself some good ground chuck. You leave it in the tray, try not to mess with it too much because you just want to just lay it in there and let it go. And you're going to just smoke that meat.
So that's where you're going to get that smoke flavor right there.
Get that smoke flavor in there.
Interesting.
You smoke it, just beef, put a mesquite smoke to it or hickory, and you just let it smoke, cook all the way like that, let it be.
Approximate time on that?
For a pound like that, it would probably take less than half an hour.
Gotcha.
At around 250, maybe 300 degrees. Bigger pieces, of course, take more time, but you still don't take it long. 45 minutes to an hour at the most. Because of the open texture of the ground beef, the smoke gets in there really easily, and it cooks fairly easily.
Gotcha.
So.
All right, it's been a little over 30 minutes. Let's take a look at it.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See there?
Now it's nice and done. So we're just going to take that and set it aside. Here, I'll just put it on this.
All right.
Right there. And now we're going to change this and we're going to put on the Dutch oven. So that's where we're going to make the rest of the Sloppy Joes. So we're going to start
A little olive oil.
oil in there. Saute a little onion.
Some green pepper.
A little green pepper.
So you're just doing the same thing you do in the kitchen on the stove.
Exactly what you would do in the kitchen.
Except in the kitchen, your fire alarm would be going off.
It would be just...
Out here, we can let that smoke roll.
Let's go ahead and deglaze our pan, so to speak.
And you can use whatever you want, but we have a Kentucky Ale on hand here.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells good.
Beer makes a lot of things taste better.
That's for sure.
And we'll just add that ground beef in there. You can see where it's nice and pink from where it's been smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just as a sauce, I like to use a little something from Old Ray. This is Porkalicious.
Porkalicious. And you said it's from Kentucky. I like to use this Kentucky stuff when we can.
I believe he's out of Louisville. Add some of that in there till
it
it's...
smells heavenly.
Now, you can just adjust your quantities as you need to, but...
Oh, man, it smells good.
You just keep stirring and breaking that beef down.
Just like that. Man, that's pretty quick.
All right.
And the next thing is just to dip it right on the bone. Right
There you go.
Oh, man.
Stay on there, darling. There you go.
Can I?
You bet.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Boy, that smoke rolled in there.
Hmm?
I can taste it.
Yeah.
Man, I like the sweet
Got a little kick.
versus the kick.
Yep.
The onion. You know what? That is so simple, but so good. And you don't mess the kitchen up.
You don't mess the kitchen up. You can substitute Anaheims or jalapenos for your, if you like it a little bit more.
Let me tell you what, you've outdone yourself on that one, dude. Get some more of that barbecue sauce on me right there. Sloppy Joes, or as you call them, Smoky Joes.
Smoky Joes.
I'm all about that. Pick you one. Here.
There you go.
And here are my favorite morons.
Hi, I'm Lardo.
And I'm Burley.
And we're the Moron Brother. Got a frog in my throat.
It's called a Little Rock Getaway, but we refer to our version as Broke Down in Arkansas.
Now, the farmer's daughter likes to make sweet stuff. She likes to make cakes and pies. And here's my daughter, Rebecca, with a cheesecake that was out of this world. Some folks have been asking for it, so here it is. All right, we are in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen, the dessert phase, and we're with one of the farmer's daughters, Rebecca Farmer, my daughter, is here tonight to do your specialty, which is desserts. You do all kinds of these scrumptious things. I have to work in the woods and cut wood and plow the ground to stay somewhat fit because you try to make me fat with these things.
No.
Yeah. Now tonight you're making just your basic cheesecake and you're going to do a raspberry with some chocolate on top.
Dark chocolate, yeah.
All right, now, cheesecake, for a lot of people, doesn't always work out just right. I mean, you gotta pay attention to what you're doing. You said it has to have a bath?
A water bath, yeah. It has to have a water bath so the steam, so it doesn't crack, basically, so it doesn't get dry.
I don't want my cheesecake cracked. All right, let's see how this thing is done. I see what your ingredients are. Basically, you got some butter. And you got to start everything with butter. You got cream cheese, you got eggs, you got, what is this, graham cracker crust?
That's for the crust. And then vanilla, we have a little lemon juice and some heavy whipped cream.
Let's get it going. Show me what to do.
All right. First, we're going to melt the stick of butter in the microwave.
See, if you start any recipe, as we usually do,
It's not even
with a stick of butter, you're good to go. It's a cow product. It must be good.
I know, right?
All right, to the microwave.
Okay, let's melt the butter for about 45 seconds.
Your butter is melted. Now, wait a minute. What are you doing here?
This is...
You're bringing out the graham crackers already? So that goes in the butter.
This is 2 cups of basically pulverized graham cracker crumbs. You can buy them like this or you can do it yourself in food processor, whatever you want to do.
Is this bought or did you make it yourself?
I made it myself. I have a nice food processor at home.
And how much is that approximately?
2 cups, and that's about 15 crackers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you got your stick of butter and your how many cups of?
2 cups of
2 cups of graham
crumbs,
cracker-
like
Oh,
15, 16 crackers.
See, I want to eat that right now.
You can.
Then you
Wouldn't be good
put-
for you. 3 tablespoons of sugar into that.
All right.
Now we take this and we just press it into the ungreased springform pan.
Okay.
And I foiled the sides because later when we put it in the little bath, that it tends to leak in, so you just may as well foil it and take that measure. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, it's the best thing to do.
So that's your homemade graham cracker crust right there.
Super simple. And this is the basis to any good cheesecake. And you just press it in. It doesn't need to be greased. Your hand doesn't need to be greased, nothing like that. Just press it in, make it nice and even. Kind of push it up on the sides too, so you get a little wall there. Now you take 3 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese, which is just the basic little block you get at the store. Make sure they're at room temperature. So important, along with the water bath, because if everything's not at room temperature, it'll be lumpy and Dad won't like it.
I'm going to take me a water bath. I haven't had one since Thursday. And it's Monday.
And after that, we get this going. We're gonna blend it just until it's creamy and ready to take the sugar. Okay. Now we add about a cup of sugar
I can deal with that.
and just cream this together. Now we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowls. Also very important, so you don't get lumps. That will always give you lumps. Okay, now we're going to add 1 egg at a time, room temperature.
Gotcha. All this room temperature stuff.
Yes, all room temperature.
Next step.
Gonna do a little under a cup of cream, heavy whipping cream. And then to that, directly to the cream, we're gonna add about a tablespoon of lemon juice. So we're kind of making our own buttermilk. And just let that hang out for a minute.
All right, and then goes your how much vanilla?
Teaspoon of vanilla.
1 teaspoon of vanilla goes a long way.
It does, especially with good vanilla like
Oh,
this. It's
my goodness.
fantastic. And then to that, we are going to add our,
Homemade buttermilk.
yes, cream lemon juice mixture.
Wow. That smells really good.
All right, and that's it.
That's it?
That's it. That's all it takes. So now, Dad, this is yours.
Oh, I get to play with that?
Yeah.
Oh. Nikki's gonna get mad at me. Oh my gosh, that tastes just, I can just drink that. All right, now, we just got out a cookie pan. What's that for?
This is for the actual water bath. So first we're going to put the mixture in here.
Now, what kind of dish is that? There's kind of an odd looking dish there.
It's a springform pan.
A springform pan, explain that.
Pretty much, the bottom's gonna come out, they're two separate pieces, and you lock it in place with the springform. And with delicate things like this and sponge cakes and things like that, you can actually cut it to where it'll come out easier, and all you have to do is take the side off, and you don't have to lift it out, or it's...
Gotcha,
yeah.
okay. See, I'm used to cooking meat and taters.
Which are very good. So, put this here.
So you're doing this in this order, basically, so you won't splash water all over the
Right,
place.
because if you put water in it and you put it in, it will splash.
So this is your
all
little
over.
bath you're talking about?
Yes, this is the water bath. And you just kind of fill it up depending on the size of your pan. Just make sure you got enough water. And you can check about halfway during the baking time to see if you need more water.
Okay, and this takes about...
An hour.
We have a cheesecake sitting in front of us that looks beautiful. Look at that little...
No
Look at
cracks.
that, no cracks, and that nice little tiny bit of brown on there. You got your chocolate melted. You got your raspberry. Show me the magic in the end here. And this is just 60% melted.
Just dark chocolate. You can do dark chocolate, you can do milk chocolate, whatever kind you like, really. I like dark chocolate. I think it pairs better with raspberries. I like that kind of bittersweet. So good. Yes.
So you're just going to spoon it out.
Just drizzle. You can make it artistic, or you don't have to.
Oh, my. Oh, man.
And that's it. You can throw a
You got a
couple
lot more
raspberries on
chocolate
top.
there.
Huh?
You got a lot more chocolate there.
You can have that side. Some raspberries on it.
Oh.
And that's it.
You mean you don't come back with a little more chocolate?
Here, let me make your piece.
There
you go. You get
put a
that
little bit
one.
right there. Put a little right there. Yeah, just go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There.
All right.
Here.
Now you cut it. You cut it.
Okay.
You cut it.
I will do the honors.
Oh, I hate my job. That's just heavenly. And just think, 32 calories.
That's it. That's all.
Well, you got a little fancy smancy thing with a fancy smancy thing on it. I tell you what.
Oh, wait. I forgot my piece.
Oh my, can I? I'm gonna go ahead.
Please.
I'm not waiting. Get my raspberry on there.
My piece next to yours.
Because we only have one plate. Oh my goodness.
Don't be intimidated by cheesecake.
You know, some people are. But let me tell you what. And the thing is, once you get the basics, like you did, you can dress it up whatever you like. You can put jelly beans on it. Oh,
Yes,
that would
if
be
you,
kind of nasty.
if you want to.
But this is delicious. You know what? It's all about good times
Good friends.
and good eats here in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. This is Good Eats, and this is Becca. You'll be seeing her from time to time. She'll be doing some sweet stuff because that's what she does. And Becca's, we're going to have to think of a little title for your little segment here at the end of the show where you do your dessert. You be thinking of that. But you know what? Don't forget to check out timfarmerscountrykitchen.com. If you have missed a recipe, they are posted there. Want to take a look at our segments you may have never seen before? Till next week, I'm Tim Farmer. This is my kitchen. So I guess that's my cake. And I'm going to eat it all.
It's all yours.
Special thanks to Bayou Bluegrass Catering, Kentucky Beer Cheese, and Weisenberger Mill.